Hi and welcome to Only Made Magic. My name's Suzanne and today I'm going to take you through a number of recipes that I made when I got a Too Good To Go bag. So let's get right into that and have a look. I made pizza, I made overnight oats with blueberries, so I made the pizza sauce myself, and I also ended up using that pasta sauce to make a sausage pasta dish. So let's have a look at those. I'll take you through them now. So for breakfast, I'm going to make an overnight oats. So I thought I might as well take you with me while I did that. So all I do with this is I have porridge. These are Protein Works porridge. I have these in stock. I tend to buy, you can see there, I guess any porridge does really. I buy these sometimes because I like to bulk out my protein where I can. And these are really tasty. This is I think it's apple and cinnamon, so I'm only going to put a scoop in actually. That needs to go into the main part of the bowl, and I'm going to stir in some of my yogurt. You can use any yogurt. I'm using kefir because it's good for the tummy, and it's actually not expensive. I think I got this one on about £1.50 on a special offer from Morrison's. So I do buy it when it's on special offer. I think it's about £2 normally. So I'm going to pop a couple of spoonfuls of kefir in there, and depending on what consistency you want your food, you can put any amount in. So I'm going to stir that in. And what's going to happen to that is, actually I'm going to put a little bit more in, just a little drop more in I think. What's going to happen with that is it will stand in the fridge overnight and it will become quite stodgy and like a pudding really, and that makes a really nice breakfast. Now I can either pop the blueberries in, I may do, that'll soak up the yogurt, or if you want the blueberries fresh and served on top. This little pot here, I think I got this from B&M Bargains ages ago, years ago really, has a separate little compartment that you can use. So just for the purpose of today, I'm going to do my blueberries separate. I do like them soaked in, but we'll do them separate. And what you can do with these pots is I can pop my blueberries into that part of the pot, and I can put the lid on there, and then I can pop. So there you've got like a complete breakfast really, in a pot. And this has got a little band with it that goes around the body of it, and it has a spoon, so you can even take it for a picnic. You can take it to the beach or whatever. I made this lovely salad. I will find the recipe for that and do a little video about it. I think it was really nice. I did find it on YouTube, and it's got salad, cabbage, white cabbage, spring onions and carrots, and it's got a little light dressing made with lemon juice and oil and some salt. It's really tasty. Got some apple in. Did I say apple? I got these vegetable pakoras. They were on a yellow sticker, and they needed to be eaten. They are a day or so out of date. I'm sure they'll be fine. And some hummus, which was at full price from Morrison's, I think. I can't remember how much it was. It will be on one of my shops. I think that makes a lovely lunch. So that's lunch on Tuesday. It goes. Okay, so there's all the ingredients. I'm going to chop the onion. I'll put my fridge off because that makes a noise. It'll be off for a few minutes. And I might do this into a short recipe so you can see it on its own, just as a recipe. So I'm just going to, not too finely because it's going to go in the blender, so it doesn't really matter too much about how fine it's chopped. But I do want to make sure that we don't get any massive nasty chunks. So we want a nice smooth paste. The one I saw on YouTube was nice and smooth. So I'm going to pop in the onions. I know you can't see the blender at the moment, it's a bit difficult. I will move it now so you can see that, because I've chopped those. I should be able to see that now. So I'll just move the camera so you can. See, my kitchen is so tiny. I just have not got the space to do things properly. Okay, so you can actually see me putting things into the blender. So let's put the onion in. Just use fingers because otherwise it's going to go everywhere. And clean. I'm going to drop in kind of tomatoes. And just, these were from, I think they were from Costco. I got a big stack of those a while back. And the pizza sauce does actually make quite a bit, so you can freeze it apparently. I am going to add some tomato puree in there. Actually, that one needs to. Just makes it a little bit thicker, I think, with the tomato puree in it. It has a little bit of salt. And I don't use a lot of salt in my cooking normally. And just a little bit of sugar apparently, just to sweeten it up a little bit. I don't put much in. And then I am going to crush a couple of cloves of garlic into it. If you got one of those fancy NutriBullet things, I think you could probably just put your garlic in whole. Mine's just a blender, so I just think giving it that extra crush before it goes in. I'll just take the edge off it. And then we can blend it. Gosh, it's so simple. Okay, let's have a blitz. Oh, it's looking great. I'm just going to give it another whir. Fantastic. I'm just going to check that there's no lumps of onion left, because yeah, that looks absolutely fine. I can get poured into a jug. Actually, this is a great blender because the jug just comes off. So I've pre-grated the cheese, and that's here. You can see that. And I'm just gonna just chop some tomatoes very finely so that they'll go onto the topping. Actually, that one doesn't look too healthy, so we will get rid of that one. Remember, these are from the Too Good To Go bag, so they were dated, I think it was 2 days now, but they are still looking fine. Just that one that was a bit worse for wear. They look nice and fresh. So we'll chop these. I did think about going and buying some meat or something to go on top of it as well, but I'm just being really mindful of the budget and trying to spend as little as possible. And I figured I've got cheese, I've got tomatoes, I've got some side salad for this, which again was it wasn't in the Too Good To Go bag, it was on one of the labels. So here's the French stick. Now this French stick was in half, bit of it's a bit squashed there. So I'm just going to slice this right down the middle. There we go. So that it kind of makes, you know, like a bread base. Look at that, there's loads of that. And then I'm going to spoon some of this nice paste over here. I'm actually going to put this in a baking sheet first, so that that's ready. That's nicely on a baking sheet. That makes sense. So I'm going to spoon some of our tomato pizza base on to the bread. Made loads. I think with this tomato sauce as well, you can probably use it for pasta. Just really nice. So inexpensive as well. How much is a can of tomatoes? You can get them for a few pence, can't you? Mine, I have to say, mine were in bulk, so I don't actually rightly know how much that one cost. It wasn't very much because they were a bulk buy from Costco's when my daughter took me some time ago now. And then if you get, like I did, if you get one of those Too Good To Go bags, well, you know, the tomatoes were really cheap. The cheese I already had in from a previous shop. It wasn't on a yellow ticket. I think it was perhaps, it's been about £2.40 or something for a decent block. So I'll get the cheese on. You can use any cheese. I'm just using what I've got, which is matured cheddar, but you can use mozzarella and all sorts of things. Whatever you've got, really. You can use mixed cheese, so you can just sort of have, you know, use up your cheeses if you've got things left. So if you've had a party or something and you've got cheese left, you don't know what to do with it, you can use that. I've got loads of tomatoes here, so I'm just popping the tomatoes on top. And that's us ready for the oven. So I'm going to bake that. I don't even know how long it's going to bake for, to be fair. Probably about 10 to 15 minutes in a hot oven. I would imagine you don't want it too long. Anyway, let's pop it in. And then we'll see what it's like when it comes out. And there we are. There's the pizzas ready. Oh my god, they look good. So I'm just gonna serve those. I've got a bit of lettuce there, a bit of side salad. But they're huge. It'd feed 2 people. I may end up leaving some and having some tomorrow. That might be the plan. That is massively difficult sometimes to just judge what you're doing with food. And with that bread, I've got so much bread. I did feel that I had to really use quite a bit of that up. I will never eat all that. Totally misjudged it. So that'll be okay, because that means that there will be some maybe for lunch on another day, maybe for lunch on Thursday. There we are. So that's lovely, isn't it? Cheese and tomato pizza. Cost, I'm going to say it has got to be less than £1 for the meal. Way less than £1. It's really hard to tell because I did get all the ingredients very, very cheaply. So there we are, pizza on a budget, guys. So I'm going to prepare that sausage pasta dish that I was talking about before. So I've got a carrot, an onion, some garlic, And the sausages, and they're all ready. You can see those there that I've opened the pack. They smell delightful. Smell really garlicky. And I have got that jug of lovely homemade tomato sauce, which was made for a pizza, but I do think it will go nice on some pasta. So I'm going to prepare the veg. Going to go in the dish, ready to go into the pan. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to put that light on and see if that makes a difference. That's better. I'm popping a little bit of oil in the pan, however much oil or little you want, whatever oil you use. Mine's just some cheap sunflower oil. I'd love to use olive oil, but unfortunately that's really expensive. You've seen the price of it, £6 something. I saw it for the other day. I guess I could budget for it at some point, but at the moment I'm not buying any. So I'm just going to let the pan heat up. So now the pan's heated a little bit, I'm going to pop in all the ingredients. It doesn't really matter, you can put them all in together, it's fine. So people like their onions cooked first, I'm not bothered, it can all go, and the idea is that that just browns in the pan for a few minutes. So we'll leave that to brown. Look at that, sizzling away, it's lovely, making a lovely noise. And what I want with this is all of the sausage to sort of brown a little bit, make it nice and firm before the sauce goes in, and the carrots just soften a little bit and the onions just start to brown. I'm also going to pop a little bit of a shaking of mixed herbs into there. Just going to shake a little bit in, not too much. And stir that in. Oh, it smells delightful. I wish you could smell this. It smells absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to add a little bit of water in there for now, and that's because I don't want to put the lovely pasta sauce in yet, but I do want to just make it simmer a little bit. So just a little bit of water. Wow, look at that. Because I'm going to put the lid on and just let that simmer. Just turn it down a little bit. Just to get those carrots cooked through a little bit before we put that pasta sauce in. There we go. I'm trying to get as much of that out of that jug as we can. And there may be, because I'm not really measured or anything, I kind of just threw things in. I've got a feeling there's going to be enough for at least another small meal, so I may have whatever's spare as a lunch. When I attempt to cook pasta, and cooking pasta in this little kitchen as well as cooking a dish like that is not easy, because I can't use these two rings because they're too near the microwave, and I can't use the bottom ring because it's not working at the moment for some reason. So it might be a challenge cooking that pasta. You can see how that pasta sauce is thickened somewhat. Kind of all that water's boiled off. It's nice and thick, lovely. It's about done. So what I'm going to do is I am going to turn it off. You need to make sure, by the way, that the carrots are nice and they're cooked through. They're still a little bit crunchy, but that's okay because veg is meant to be al dente, isn't it? So I'm going to turn it off and just leave it in the pan and finish cooking the pasta. So the pasta is being done in the microwave as we speak. So I did cook the pasta in the microwave. I just made that easier for me. So there is it steaming lovely, just draining there, and the colander. And I'm going to serve the pasta in a bowl with the sauce on top and some grated cheese. There we are. So I'm going to serve it out. There is quite a lot. There is a bit of pasta left. Probably won't eat that. And oh, maybe I will eat it all. We'll see. Seems silly to leave any in the pan, really. There's only a tiny bit left. And you can actually do the whole thing. Just serve 2 or 3 or 4. But for me, that's just nice. And I've pre-grated some cheese, so I'm going to just put a little bit of grated cheese on top. You can use whatever cheese you want. I like cheddar. I don't like Parmesan. I'm not keen on that. I don't like the smell of it, really. So there we are. That's a lovely pasta dish, really cheap. I would say it cost me £1 for the sausages. Shall we add 50p in? Maybe it's £1 in for the rest of the ingredients, or £2. That's not a bad meal, is it really, for £2? It's got onions, a carrot, all out of obviously a bulk bag, and some pasta, which all pre-bought. Pasta was pre-bought. The only other expensive thing in there, well, nothing really. So yeah, £1.50 to £2. That's a really cheap meal. I'm going to enjoy it. So I just got this. This is a chicken pasta bake using that lovely tomato sauce that I made. Chicken was in the freezer, pasta was in the store cupboard. I used some mushrooms that I just bought and some onions from the fridge with some garlic and some mixed herbs, and all I did was brown off the chicken and the onions and the garlic and the mushrooms, and mixed them in with some dried pasta, made the sauce, poured the sauce on and mixed everything in, and baked it in the oven for about half an hour with the lid on. Then took the lid off and put some grated cheese on the top and cooked for 10 minutes, and it's absolutely lovely. Can't wait to eat that. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. It was fun having you with me. So if you like what we do on this channel, please give us a like and a subscribe. That always helps us. And I'll see you next time.